Just recently, last year, you may have seen posters just like this in Bayless Park or even downtown Omaha. It was teachers coming out of their classrooms striking for their rights, but not just teachers, also other public workers. And that is, they're striking because of collective bargaining. Some changes have been made to the act, and teachers and other public workers weren't very too happy with the changes. So today we're going to talk about what the act used to be, not what the act was, like what it is now, what's the changes, and also the future of the act. What could it come out to be? So first of all, what is collective bargaining? Collective bargaining is when a group of employees, like a union, meet together and they pick a representative. The representative meets with the government and they meet up and they talk about what they want and they bargain it out until they get what they want. And it all ends well. The government gets what they want. The teachers or public employees get what they want. The original act was signed by Robert Ray in, I forgot the date, April 23rd, 1974. It went into place on July 1st of the same year. But the weird thing is, collective bargaining wasn't even a part of the act until 2 years later. Before that, wages were decided by the government and was approved by the governor. Now, the changes have been made by Terry Branson. He's our governor in Iowa right now. He made some lovely changes, I guess you could say, such as unions now have to make their members pay to be a part of them instead of having state funding. Instead of bargaining now, there is a person that is hired to pick the best option instead of picking in negotiating. Someone is picking the best option that's hired by the government, so a little bias there. And then also, it affects 1,080, 100,000, oh God, 184,000 employees. The main difference is between teachers and other public workers and police officers and safety workers. Police officers and safety workers gets to keep their bargaining rights because they put their lives on the line. And teachers and other public workers don't, which is kind of unfair and is discrimination in a way. Now we talk about the future, about the act. We can't really tell because we're living the future of the act, but we can get some insight because Wisconsin just went through this, where they got their bargaining rights taken away. Well, in Wisconsin, what happened was teachers would jump from district to district or even leave the profession at all. There are very low numbers of people who become teachers now because of the fact they don't have bargaining rights. A lot of people aren't joining the profession. And teachers would actually move out of the state to different states so they could have the collective bargaining rights back. So we talked about the original act, then we talked about the changes, and then now we talked about the future of the act. I hope you all learned something about collective bargaining today. Thank you.